Hello and welcome to the Cornersville Christian Podcast. My name is Bobby Wayne Lee. With me today will be Jimmy Jean. Today's podcast will be a little bit different. We were recording a radio program that you can listen to on WJJM on Sunday mornings. Usually it's Jimmy, but he got me on this radio program this time, and we're talking about something near and dear to me, and that is the youth. And the question is the church losing their youth? And we're going to talk about some things on this program that you see on the internet and what people talk about, and hopefully by the end of it we can kind of see how important this is, but really understand what's all going on with the youth when it comes to really the seniors and when they move off and go on their separate ways. But thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoy.
Graduation time is just around the corner. Tell us some things about our youth and what they may be doing and their outlook, if you would.
Talking about seniors?
Yeah, seniors.
Yes, seniors. Well, they here at Cornersville, we have 7 seniors, and between them we have some that will go off to college. Some will stay at the local. We actually have 2 colleges pretty close by here, Columbia State and UT Southern. So I think we got a couple going UT Southern, got maybe one going to Columbia State, and then some other places too.
Yeah,
so
that's good. They're getting that. They're fixing to get it into the real world, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we have a really, really good group of youth overall, and we're going to miss these seniors. Talk about Wayne. You read and you hear a lot of numbers, percentage-wise, of churches losing their youth once they get out of high school and into college. What are some of the numbers you see and our numbers here at Cornersville?
Yeah, so I'll share some numbers, and I'll say up front that I'm not sure that they are very accurate.
Right.
But you look online, you can simply look it up, and there's different researchers. You got Lifeway or the Barna Group or Pew Research, and all these places. I'll mention the Barna Group says that 59% of young adults that went to church growing up disconnected from church. I think another one, it was Lifeway that said like 66% of young adults, once they left home, they left the church for a while, and that might mean that they might come back. But I would say that, it is a real problem. It definitely is a real problem. But I don't think it's as serious as, it's serious, but
Number-wise.
the number-wise, I don't think it's as bad as what the internet would tell you. I just ran some numbers today. I've been a youth minister for around 9 years now. In the last 6 years, if I did my math right, of just the kids that I've, worked with, 70% of those kids are still
That's good.
in church. And I think that was probably accurate if you talk to other youth ministers. You're going to have, unfortunately, kids to walk away, and hopefully they'll come back one day. But I think it's a greater number than what the internet would tell you,
right,
that actually is staying in church.
I saw one number gave between 75 to 90%, and that's that's not accurate.
Yeah, that's pretty high. Yeah. But I wanted to list top 5 reasons that a young person might leave church, and this is from Lifeway. Number 1 is college. They go off to college, and you're on your own, and you don't have mom or dad or somebody there to push you to go to church. That's number 1. Number 2 is, and I think I've seen this, is that church members being quote unquote judgmental. So that college kid felt like people were just being judgmental, and so they didn't want to be at church anymore. Number three, to be didn't feel connected. So as a college kid, young adult, you kind of in like a weird time in your life where you don't fit with the youth group really. You don't really fit with the adults, so you're kind of out in an aisle. Yeah, you're out in an island there, so you don't feel connected. That might be a reason why they leave. Number four, I don't know if this would apply here, but this is what Lifeway said: disagree on political issues, maybe. And then number five, which I think this probably should be far more up on the list, would be work. They got some kind of job that doesn't allow them to go to church and being part of worship.
That last one, you being a youth minister, I've seen that affect even our high school kids now.
Oh yes, yeah. We got high schoolers now that I've see that their job is more important than
and I don't know if they're working because they want to, if they're working because they have to, if the parents are making them, or Paul says the love of money is really all evil, and it can start at a very young age.
Yeah, that's right. So I think it is a real issue. Like I said, I don't think the numbers that you look up on the internet is exactly accurate, but I do think we need to pay close attention and be careful that we do something about these kids when they graduate. And I would like to, if you're ready, to kind of list a couple things that we can do to help these kids.
Yep.
First off, if they move off to college, I think it would be helpful if we as a church help them find a sound church with a college group. Because it's going to be a lot easier if you find yourself a group that has college kids, and a lot of these college towns have churches with a good college group. But if you find yourself a college group, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get up on Sunday morning when you got a friend saying, "Hey, I'm going to church."
Before you started here as our youth minister, several outgoing seniors, we sat down and I called, we found out where they were going and called the congregation there. Say, hey, listen, we've got so-and-so, she's coming up this fall. And then they would just open arms. So, we'd take her in, and I know a lot of congregations in these college towns, they would like adopt a student, and they would go over there a couple of nights a week and eat and all that good stuff. And like you said, find a good, solid foundation congregation through the youth activity there at school.
Yeah, and I'll mention this. I'm not trying to toot my horn or nothing. I'm saying this to say that you don't have to be a youth minister or a minister to do this. You can help the kids in your congregation find a place. But me and my wife Kimberly, we took I believe it was 3 seniors last year to a worship service in a certain town where they was going to church, and then we went and sat in on their college campuses had a Church of Christ college ministry, and we went to one of their activities. So I think it's just good to help get them plugged in, and maybe they don't want that, but if they will accept your help, I think that's important.
Right.
I think maybe the next thing is let them know that they are not alone. We got some ladies here that I think do a pretty good job of that. They send letters a couple times a year and send them, gift cards or just a kind letter. And so they need to know that, yeah, they might be off at college somewhere or even if they're home, but they're not by themselves. They got people that still love them and care about them. And the last thing that I would say, the kind of what we could do is, if they don't go off to college, maybe they just go straight into the workforce, or maybe they go to a local college, is make sure that the home congregation includes them, so they don't feel like they're secluded or put off. And hopefully, and I guess I'll throw in a plug here. Hopefully, we're going to have a college class soon here at Cornersville. So if you're a college student, listen to this, and you don't have a church home, we'd love for you to come check us out, and hopefully, I believe soon we're going to try to have a.
Yes. Well, I think you hit one of your points. They're at the age where they're no longer, I'm not going to say accepted, but they're too old for the youth group, but yet the young adults are really not a young adult at that point. So if the home congregation, like you said, I know of students who have gone off to college, that went to a college who had a class just for the college kids, and then come back here and we don't have anything for them. If the home congregation will have a college age Bible class, I think that would be great.
Yeah, and something else we do here too is, throughout the summer we have a couple of what we call college age Bible studies, and that's usually at one of the members' homes, or at me and my wife's home maybe, but just so everybody's included. And I'm not saying all these are the answers. That this is a topic that troubles me a lot. Is I want to make sure these kids stay faithful, and hopefully that's the goal for everybody.
Yeah. I think one of the, I'm not saying problems, but may fall on us as adults, in that we don't include them, even maybe as parents. Hey, my little Johnny, he's gone off school, man. I can, I have in years past have had parents tell me, well, the only reason why I'm going to church is to carry my kids. And as soon as their kids are out, I'm going to quit. I went, well, I said, one thing, your kid knows that, they feel that. So, it's this age is very critical in their Christian faith, in their Christian living. And we as adults need to encourage them as much as possible.
Yeah, and that goes for, you think about Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25, where it talks about encourage one another, right? And that's a big time paraphrase, but
yes.
That's what we should be doing. Everybody should be encouraging one another, and that should include young adults.
Yes. Well, like I said, a lot of the kids this age, oftentimes feel like, well, I'm not in this group, so I'm feeling all alone, and they're not. And you hear people say, well, they're the church of the future. Well, not really, they're the church right now.
Yeah, if you're, I told the kids this the other day, if you are a Christian, you're the church right now. You're
exactly.
not, yeah.
Exactly. Well, any closing thoughts? We got about 40 seconds.
No, I think I'm good. I appreciate you allowing me to be on the radio program today, and hope everybody has a great day.
Well, I appreciate you working with our youth. Our youth group has just grown tremendously, and you and Kimberly do a great job here, and we appreciate y'all so much. And if you're out there listening and you're looking for a good youth group, give us a shot.
That's
Hope
right.
you have a great day.